dead, where evil lurks in every shadow and monsters roam the streets, mankind's only survival rests in the hands of two Welsh warriors. Armed with boomsticks, chainsaws, bad language, these beacons of hope will stop at nothing to obliterate deadites, vampires, psychotic nurses. So, hold tight, strap in, and let the professionals take charge. Otherwise, you're in for a rough, blood-soaked...
Hey, how's it going?
You cut that off a bit too early then, Jenks.
Did I?
Well into that.
Do you know, I was watching the trailer now, and do you know when it goes to Jason in Manhattan? How good is Kane Hodder with the breathing? Is that, what did he invent it, or was the guy from Six?
No, he invented it.
The breathing.
Yeah. He brought that to part 7.
Yeah, I
It was
think
his
that
thing.
nobody mentioned that Jason's dead.
Yeah. No, it was Kane Hodder's way of like kind of humanizing him, like
Yeah,
him breathing and his movements instead of him being like a robot, just
Yeah.
kind of like being a bit more human, even though he's a zombie.
yeah, it doesn't. I don't think it matters. Jason's it.
No.
Yeah, you're gonna go to the writers' table, and they're gonna go, "No, I don't know about that with Jason." They're gonna go, "I'm joking. You crack on, boy."
You do what you want.
Yeah, how's it going?
Oh, I'm a bit rough, Jenks. Me and Palf went a bit hard last night on the vodka. Ended up piecing my ear with a needle and a carrot.
What do you mean
I've got-
carrot?
A carrot to the back of the ear, innit? Numb it with ice, and then you put a carrot to the back of the ear, and then put the needle through.
Is that a thing? I didn't know.
Well, it's to stop it going into the back of your head, innit?
No, I mean it makes sense. I've just never heard it.
But I've got to put the earphone by here because it's pretty sore. It might be infected.
So was it just like a dare, or did you actually always want to pierce your ear or something?
I just wanted to pierce my ear, yeah.
Because I used to have 5 piercings. I've got 2 in each ear and 1 eyebrow one. All of them are pretty healed up now.
Thank God you got rid of them.
Yeah, I know. And but one of my piercings in my ear was done in a party, a house party. Some girl like when you're young, you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was about 15. You're 32.
31, hey.
31.
A few more months yet.
I used to have an eyebrow ring, and it hooked on someone's hair and pulled like that across the dance floor because I left the ball out. It was fucking horrendous.
You've got a scar there above your eye, haven't you? I'm pretty sure you've got a scar.
I got a scar on my head when I fell out of bed drunk, and I got a scar from the eyebrow ring. I think.
Yeah.
Never heals. So. Yeah, stupid.
I never forget that face. How are you, Jenks? You all right?
I'm all right. I know what's worse. Circle back to my earring. I used to have the earring and a ginger goatee, like a David Brent.
Or George Michael.
Oh, God, I'll take David Brent. Yeah, all good. Just come back from camping. Weather was a bit shit, but luckily it was nicer weather when we put the tent away, because putting a soggy tent back, it's not good. Even if you don't know much about camping, you can pretty much figure out that shit.
Did it rain?
Yeah, it's been crap around here. Really crap. And windy.
It's been great up where I am.
Today's been boiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been shocking. Yeah. We had like in Britain, you have completely different weather in like just an hour away from each other, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, because I know like sometimes it's snow about 2 miles sometimes in the winter, nothing over here.
I'm going to say hello to a few people. We've got Wendy Palfrey. Hi, Wendy. Thanks for jumping on.
Hi, Wendy.
We've got Jordan Moran.
Hi, Jordan.
Evening, Jordan, mate. Hope you're good. We've got Ella Starr. Hi, Ella.
Hi, Ella. How's it going?
We've got Palf, who's equally as hungover as I am.
People don't know you live with Palf. They just think you're hooked up with one of our guests. Yeah, me and Palf last night. It's piercing years.
She was a fan. That's how we met.
Yeah, she's a group B, innit? Twisted group B.
I met her at a horror event.
Yeah.
So, she hadn't seen a horror movie until she met me.
What was the first one you showed her?
Evil Dead Rise. Our first date. We went to go see Evil Dead Rise in cinema. It was my second time watching it after me and you watched it together.
Right.
And then our first date, I took her to see Evil Dead Rise, and I kind of overhyped the violence, and she was basically scared going in because she didn't know what to expect because she
Yeah.
hadn't really watched many horror movies. So
she's-
the anxiety was insane.
She's primed then because it is
She-
quite gruesome.
Yeah, she didn't enjoy that first date.
Well, she stayed with you.
We've got Who. Sunday Night is here again. I still don't like sci-fi. However, Substance was excellent. Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Did you watch Substance on the back of our video, or had you already seen it?
Yeah. Hey, my first date with my wife was The Ring as well. Horror again. See, proper horror.
Boys, isn't it?
It's got to be
Proper
done,
horror
isn't
boys.
it?
Yeah. We've got Tyler Adams. Hi, Tyler.
How's it
Hope
go?
you're good, pal. We've got Gina. Hi, Gina.
Hi, Gina.
And that's all for now. We'll get the show started. So today, guys, we're going to be ranking 2025 so far. Now, it hasn't been the best year. We have had a few good ones, I'd say, in the last couple of months. But because it's the 6-month mark, we thought we'd rank what we've got already, because doing it at the end of the year is always hard. You're like, rank how many? 50 movies. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll just talk at the end of the year. We'll just talk about our favorites. But this, we literally there's only 14 films, pretty much 14, 15 films. So I've actually put a bit of effort into my categories this time, Curtis. Okay, so at the very bottom, it's What a Pile of Shit. Just a little play on the usual, just shit. Next is Catch It on Betamax. Yeah, and I haven't veered too far away from my usual ones. The middle ground is Oh, Not Bad Boyo.
All right.
Next one is Hey, that was bloody cracking. And the last one, the top one, is Fuck Me, that was awesome. That's awesome.
No, Jenks. I have to stub something out right away. I will not swear. So I'll just say top tier.
No way, top notch. Of course you're gonna swear. There we are. Awesome. Yes.
We've got someone as well. We've got Davy Deathray. Everyone who is on this live right now knows who Davy Deathray is. We've done so many collabs with Davy, most recently this Thursday. Yeah. But if anyone new in the chat does not know who Davy Deathray is, go and check his channel out, guys. He's an awesome person, and he's got an awesome channel.
Yes.
Thanks for jumping on, Davy, pal. We appreciate it.
Yeah, he makes us look stupid when he comes on. He's so articulate and he's so good looking. It's not fair, is it? His teeth perfect. We just look like... That's why he comes on, see, just to elevate himself.
Yeah. Do you know what? Mods, don't put his URL in the chat.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Find him your own way. Do you know what I liked, right? When, obviously, because the more and more you do with someone, the more like familiar you get with them. I love that Davey came on Thursday and give a shit. Like he said, I have no taste and you need to pull your shirt out from your pants. It's good when you can get to the point where you can have a bit of banter with someone. Yeah. It's always hard doing a collab with someone for the first time because you don't know how to talk to each other. Yeah. You can't gauge how they talk. And
so on Thursday with Davey, he was kind of a team me for a while, like slagging off a couple of years. And then we came to Chronicle and I was like, oh, fuck you. That's ridiculous. He gave us so much shit. It's awesome. I'm getting mad again.
Ella says, my hubby absolutely hates horror.
Dump his ass then.
Yes. I think you need to try harder.
Yeah, I think so.
Movie Squirm. Hey lads, did one of these videos myself the other day. Worst, The Dead Thing. Best, 28 years later. Hell yes.
Oh, I haven't seen The Dead Thing.
Another great channel, guys. If one of the moderators can chuck Movie Squirm's URL in the chat. Another friend of the channel, and he's got a great page like ourselves. Like he said, you can check out our ranking of the year, then head over to Movie Squirm, check out his ranking.
Yeah, and I'm gutted Movie Squirm ain't coming to For the Love of Horror. It's only like an hour away from him.
He's going to do the Sunday. He messaged me the other day. He can't get a Saturday ticket, but I've had an alert on Twickets trying to get him Saturday entry. But
oh, cool.
Yeah, as soon as they announced Skeet and Matthew Lillard, sold out instantly. Yeah. Love you too, Davey.
Are we ready, Kurt?
Let's do it.
Right, so first up, we've got a very sleeper hit. It came and went and forgotten, which is a damn shame because we both enjoyed it and it's Drop. It's a Blumhouse film, and I didn't fancy it when it came out. The trailer was
No.
very underwhelming. The premise didn't look particularly exciting. But yeah, I really had a lot of fun with it, and I would recommend this to anybody.
I agree with you. I enjoyed it at the time. I'm not saying I thinking back on it. I don't enjoy it anymore. But I initially give it a 4. I'd say it's more like a 3, 3.5. It hasn't aged that well in my head. It's not one I thought about loads after watching it. Now there's a few films that have come out this year now that I'm constantly thinking about.
Yeah.
Drop has soured a little bit for me over time. What's it been, like a month?
Yeah.
It hasn't aged very well. But it's still a solid film. I was surprised more than anything because I didn't really fancy it. It wasn't one that I was clamouring to watch.
Yeah.
Like I've said many times, there's so many films that I watch in a year because of this channel that I wouldn't have gone to watch otherwise.
Yeah. Do you know, with Drop, when I was making this list just now, I know what you're saying. As much as I enjoyed it, and I would recommend it because it's going to pop up on like Prime on Netflix pretty soon, I think. I forgot it existed until I went to this tier. So all the ones that jumped out of me were like the Monkey and things that gone 28 years. But I forgot about the Drop. I will stick this probably. Not bad, boyo.
I absolutely agree, Jenks. As much as I hate to agree with you,
it sucks, doesn't it?
It's going in the middle there. It's a decent film, but it's nowhere near top tier. It's not going to be on my top 5 for the year. That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have got straight in there. It's Dangerous Animals. So you recommended this to me. Well, I think you might have told me about the trailer, and I absolutely fell in love with the trailer. It's like, that's so up my street. I've never really gravitated towards Jai Courtney. He was a kind of like, I think Hollywood was trying to push him into like a box of like, this is the new leading man, like him. And nobody really cared about him, but he is in his element in this. He's such a good, horrible Aussie murderer who's having so much fun torturing these girls. I absolutely loved it. It's not a full-on shark film. He's just lowering girls into the water. It's pretty new. I'm not going to give too much away because it's still in the cinema. And he's just having fun torturing them. It is so good. I can't... What can I compare it to, Kurt?
Oh my God, I don't even know, Jenks.
It feels like
it's completely its own thing. It's nothing I've seen that's been done before. Vibes wise, there's plenty of movies out there. Look at the majority of Australian horror movies. It's got that vibe. Very colourful, surfer girls, quirky characters. It's very Australian. But this is my biggest surprise of the year, Jenks. I was looking forward to it, but it did seem like a movie that was going to come and go. Yeah. I haven't stopped thinking about it. I had great fun with this one. Jai Courtney is phenomenal. All the actors turn up in this one, and it's so fun, but at the same time, it's horrific. There's so many horrible scenes in it. Yeah. But I love how they mix humour and horror, specifically at the start where the first couple go onto the board. Now, I won't give too much away, but there's a great scene where he makes them sing Baby Shark and then something horrible happens. Yeah. And that's an opening scene. I thought, I'm going to love this film because it's a tightrope to walk when you're balancing humour and horror. And there's a lot of horror in this movie. And it's not Shaun of the Dead funny or Evil Dead 2 funny even. But it's just because of how quirky Jai Courtney's character is. And it's great fun. It was never going to win any Oscars, right? But as far as horror movies go, it's the most fun I've had watching a horror movie in a long time. Yeah, I loved it.
I'm really gutted that it has not made any money at all. It's just slipped in the radar.
Yeah, it was never going to be a money movie. They didn't even push it that much. I mean, it was very select viewing in cinema. Yeah. It's a low budget movie that did okay for what it was made for.
Yeah, I would highly recommend this. Where are you putting it, Kurt?
I'm going to put it at the top, Jenks. So far, yeah, well, if we're ranking movies from this year, this is one of my favourites from the year, so it has to go on the top. And it's, scroll up, fuck me, that's phenomenal.
Phenomenal, awesome.
I change it, I do what I want.
Don't make you spell phenomenal when you fit. I'm going to stick this in, that was bloody cracking. Right.
I'm going to read a few comments, Jenks, because we've had some more people drop in and people are reacting to Dangerous Animals. We've got Ashton, look. Hi, Ashton. Thanks for jumping on again. Becoming a bit of a regular, so thanks
awesome.
thanks for jumping on the lives, mate. We appreciate it. We've got batshit scary. What's happening, pal? I dropped off watching Drop. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Thank you, Gina. Thanks for chucking that in. Movie Squirm says Dangerous Animals was such a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. To the top, all day. Who else have we got? Ella says Drop was just okay, but wouldn't class it as horror. No, I wouldn't either, to be honest, Ella. It is a straight up thriller, but I think our channel wanted to be something where it would be anything that's remotely thriller horror, you know, not specifically horror.
Plus it was slim pickings this year.
Yeah, slim pickings, but anything dark we'll review. Anything with violence in it, basically.
We even talked about reviewing Joker 2 before it, months before it came out. So we should, because it's dark enough, and like, thank fuck, because I didn't watch it, but meant to be an absolute train wreck.
You do need to see Dangerous Animals, Tyler. It's an absolute phenomenal movie. John says, Jesus, I've missed most films this year. Yeah, you've been at that picture house watching movies from 1974, Jod. Ella, looking forward to Dangerous Animals. Yes. Palf just had a Google drop. I forgot all about it. I think it was overshadowed by Final Destination with the restaurant in the sky. Definitely, yeah, very similar. Especially the last 20 minutes of drop. Davies says, Dangerous Animals reminded me more of a kidnapping isolation movie. Yeah. Definitely. I wouldn't class it as a straight-up shark movie.
No.
Right, let's get on to the next one.
All right, next up, we've got The Gorge. Again, a bit of a sci-fi, bit of a horror. I really enjoyed this. It came from kind of nowhere. I think it dropped on Apple TV. A lot of people shit on it because it's had some ropey effects. But I really liked it because my argument is, we always complain there's no originality, there's nothing new, sequels, remakes, reboots, and something comes along that's really original. You got this guy's got to guard this gorge, and there's another, his counterpart opposite, and they kind of fall in love at a distance. It's more of a love story with a bit of monsters thrown in, and that's the part I loved. I was rooting for them. Oddly enough, the film kind of falls apart when it comes more into horror, but overall, I would recommend it. Now, again, I wouldn't have watched it in the cinema. I'm glad I watched it on like streaming, but yeah, I really like this, and I would stick this in Not Bad Boyo.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jenks. The setup is much better, and I mean much better than the payoff. Now, I didn't mind the ending. It wasn't something that I was complaining about, but I love the unknown, and it's when you don't really know what's down there. They don't even know what's down there. They've both been tasked to look after this gorge. Like you said, they're on opposite sides of a gorge. They fall in love, and it's the mystery of what's down there.
Yeah.
And when they get down there and the blanket's pulled, it's always a little bit underwhelming. It always is. They can never live up to your imagination, especially when you start to see things crawling up from the gorge. Overall, a solid movie, but that's Not Bad Boyo.
Yeah. Right, next up, we've got Heart Eyes. Do you want to kick us off, Kurt?
Yeah, this is one that has really soured over time for me. I give it a fairly nice review. When we reviewed it initially, I think I give it 4 stars. I was just kind of hyped to see a new slasher movie. I fell in love with the costume. I fell in love with the idea of the movie. And when I left cinema, because I laughed so much watching this movie, I had a good time watching it. I kind of raved about it, but as the weeks went by, it just kind of soured for me. I don't even think it's one that I'm going to go back to a whole lot. I'll definitely give it another go. But it is a little bit too silly. It's a little bit too on the nose. There's loads of stuff in there that I thought was quite funny at the time, but then looking back on it, it kind of bothered me. The suit is phenomenal in this one. I really wish it was more of a straight-up horror movie and not a parody of romance movies and slashers. Yeah. I think they wasted a really good costume on this movie.
I agree. I really I was so disappointed with this. It was style over substance. He looked absolutely amazing. His mask. Let's be honest. When we saw that first trailer, that mask was so seductive. You're talking, it lights up, and then when you actually see it, when it lights up, it's so stupid because it's what do you call it when you can see in the dark? It's called something.
Infrared.
No, not infrared. Anyway, night vision.
Night vision. Oh,
And-
that was hard to come up with.
Yeah, night vision is called, and it's like, but it doesn't work because his eyes are glowing. So you're like, well, you can't. I can see you. The whole point of night vision is you can blend into the darkness. It was such a stupid idea, and you're right. The humor, for me, I don't think the writer understood the concept of a black comedy. I think he was just inserting gags into the wrong parts. I think there was elements when they were running away from him and he was quite serious, and then they were cracking jokes and they were running and being silly. I'm like, this is not how it works. Like, you need to blend. It'd be a straight up comedy like Shaun of the Dead, or be a black comedy like Evil Dead 2, where it's very, very subtle.
Yeah, I don't dislike this movie. I still think it's a decent film. But when I got out to cinema, I was raving about this one because I had fun with it. But I would probably put it in That's Not Bad Boy. I'm not going to put any lower than that because I had a good time with it initially. But I would drop it off from 4 stars.
I'm going to stick it in. Catch it on Betamax. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's funny because that will never be on Betamax because they haven't made one in over 30 years, Jenks. So
I'm going to read a couple of comments.
I did buy Terrifier 3 on VHS though, Jenks.
Is there?
Yeah.
They do that with albums now. No, they're releasing them on cassette.
I bought one a few months back, an Idols cassette.
That's
everything's
cool.
retro now when they're going backwards.
David Etheridge says the music was used so well in the soundtrack, a rare example of needle drop songs helping to tell a story. I'm guessing you're talking about Dangerous Animals.
Yes,
Batshit Scary said, the opening was just catch you off guard, brilliant. Strap in, you're in for a fun ride. I thought, totally.
Oh, definitely, I was hooked after that opening.
Yeah, Jordan Moran says, when you're right, you're right. Watch 4 movies from the 60s and 70s today. Fair play, girl, you're spot on. Hugh Huckridge says, I watched Substance after your review. Demi Moore is the fittest pensioner on screen. And Dennis Quaid character was awesome. Yeah, he was. I was thinking of you in that scene where Dennis Quaid stuffing shrimp in his mouth.
Yeah.
I was thinking, Curtis, you're struggling with this, and it was so buzzing. Yeah.
Do you remember how much I complained about The Strangers Chapter 1 when he's eating that burger and he gets sauce all over his mouth?
We watched it together, all the violence. And he was like, just use a napkin, you twat. And it was only because he was setting up the blood dripping because it was ketchup, isn't it? All that scene just for that. Batshit Scary says, no, the gorge was all right. I prefer the first half. I've not known what was there. And then lost it a bit when we find out. 100%. I think most people felt that. But the reason I'm sticking up for it, and sometimes I will shit on films more. I like this film because it really tried to be different, and I think we need to celebrate that, even if it was a swing and a miss.
Yeah.
We got popcorn and horrors back in the house. How's it going? Evening, gents. I'm multitasking like a madman tonight. We'll catch up properly tomorrow on the video. I watched Hard Days last night and loved it. Fair play, horses for courses.
Thank you for jumping on, pal. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing good. Again, guys, another great channel. He posts a lot of physical media haul collections. So if you're a fan of physical media especially, but just movies in general, he's not just horror, go and give him a follow. He's got a great channel.
There's a big demand on YouTube for physical media reveals. I think.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Mr. Sansamandar, he does really well with those.
Yeah, so they're really expensive. So a lot of people just want to see what they're like. They want to review on them before they buy, because people are buying 4Ks because of the picture, and sometimes the picture doesn't live up to what it should be, and you're spending 30-40 quid on these 4Ks. So
we got Dawn Keats in the house. Hello,
hey.
Hello everyone. I hope you're all well. Fashionably late. Oh dearie me, you're not too bad. 25 minutes. That's pretty good for you.
That's not bad, Don. Not bad. You did miss though. We sung you a little song at the start, hoping you were here. You missed it, Don.
Yeah. David Jeffrey says, I'd put Hard Days in Oh Not Bad Boy because it knows exactly what it is and does a good job executing.
Yeah, it doesn't pretend to be something that it's not. I agree with you there, pal. It's not a bad
Yeah,
movie.
but it's hard to agree with you, Davey, after what you said about Chronicle. I mean, it's just nonsense. I feel bad because I begged him to watch it.
Yeah, you should, Jenks.
I even told him, Kurt, I said, it'll change your life. This film is absolutely awesome. I couldn't have been more wrong. He fucking hated it.
But I know, because I pay attention, Jenks, that Davey Deathray does not like found footage movies.
Yeah, maybe I knew and I forgot. Who knows? Batch Scary says, Heart Days was fun. A one you might revisit with the missus on Valentine's Day every 5 years. So, yeah, the opening was great. The opening was great. Really good.
Yeah, fantastic. Really good death as well. Very good kill at the start.
Ella Star says mixed reviews have put me off watching Heart Days. Look, just catch it on streaming when it comes out.
On Betamax, yeah.
Betamax, yeah. Davey says Heart Days is the second best Valentine's Day horror, but yeah, it's still just okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You cannot beat My Bloody Valentine. I rewatched the remake a few months back. I hadn't seen it since it came out. It's not very good.
Is it? Batchet Scary says, imagine Buffalo Bill with the same night vision in Silence of the Lambs. Yes, like, I can see you, mate. I can see you with fucking heart eyes, you idiot.
Would you fuck me?
Yeah. Well, Aston Luck says, wasn't a big fan of Heart Eyes. Yeah, neither was I. Davey says, if Heart Eyes gets a sequel, it'll probably do better. I can't see a sequel ever coming. That does not make bank at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Are we almost to the end of these? Hang on, got a couple of more. Oh, look at this. Palf has just pre-ordered Biffy Clyro's new album on cassette. Well, fair play. Gina says, I haven't seen any films from this year as I don't stream and just buy. Got to see kill count films to decide if I want to buy. Fair enough. Kill count, is that
Yes.
Dead Meat, is it?
Yeah, Dead Meat, yeah.
Yeah. Batch Scary says, speaking of Dennis Quaid, I was watching Strays last night and his cameo was so random. What's Strays? Dogs.
Is that a series? I think it's a series.
I thought it was dogs, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, last one. Vivian says, hi, Vivian. I just dropped in. Have you said hello to Vivian?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, hi, Vivian, if we haven't said hello. I haven't seen any of these yet. Too cheap, but I like to hear about them. Fair enough. Right, let's move on.
Yes, hiya, Viv.
Okay, so The Monkey. This, for me, was a massive disappointment. It wasn't shit by any means, right? It was a decent film. I wouldn't put somebody off watching it. But it was a poor man's Final Destination, and it was way too wacky for me, especially with the bees. So I don't want to put it on Catch It on Beat the Mask because that suggests it's shit in some respect, but I would stick it in the middle and not bad boyo.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jenks. This is one of my disappointments of this year. No, it's not a bad film at all. I think I could warm up to this one even more after a few rewatches.
Yeah.
But I was looking forward to this movie so much. Even though I didn't quite enjoy Longlegs, I was still looking forward to a new Oz Perkins movie because it's always exciting when we've got a genre director. And if someone is sticking to that genre, I will always get behind their movies. Now, the only person I've probably backed away from is Jordan Peele, because he hasn't done a good movie since Get Out. Yeah. But I was so excited for The Monkey. It's right up my street. It's basically like Final Destination, but with a monkey. The trailer looked phenomenal, and they kind of sold us this movie that they didn't deliver. Now, it was supposed to be like Final Destination. We were going to look forward to these absurd and over-the-top kills, and they just didn't deliver it. I mean, they released one poster where they listed all the ways people die, and a lot of those deaths were in passing, like driving past really fast and seeing someone die. Now, I'm not one to critique a movie just because of how violent or non-violent it was, but this movie was promoted that way. We were supposed to get these crazy deaths. Now, there are a few great ones in there. There's some really, really inventive ones, but not enough to garner this movie, the death movie, the movie that was promised to us. And it just gets a bit, the second half just gets a bit over-convoluted. Is that over-convoluted?
Convoluted.
There's a bit too much going on. It's a bit messy, and it gets a bit out there. But,
and it's
like with most movies based on short films, I could really feel that the second half was quite stretched out.
I think it's very difficult not to compare this to Final Destination films. But if you watch the last one or even the fifth one, the amount of work that's put into each death of the knock-on effects of the misdirection and the thing that falls, boom, boom. It's not some guy typing away at a script. He's got to set these deaths up before he can put pen to paper. And they had a couple in the monkey, but I think you could just thought of these so easily. Like there's one where they open the door and the gun falls and shoots her or something like that. I can't remember. It was a state agent.
Yeah. There's a really good one where the woman's running out of the house. She stands in something and then runs face first into like a for sale sign type thing. Goes through.
She's on fire. Yeah, that's it. She's on fire.
That was a really good one.
That was a good one. But yeah, you're right. They're just generic. I will put. Have I already put it somewhere? I put this in. Yeah.
No, you put it in. Not bad, boy. I agree with you. Now, like I said, I am gonna go back and watch this one, and I reckon I'll enjoy it a lot more on rewatch. I was just disappointed with this one in cinema.
Yeah.
But
Kurt, when I kick us off, Wolfman. Now, I think it came out. It did come out in January, or maybe a little bit in America in December.
This is a really tough one for me because I'm such a big fan of Lee Winnell, going all the way back to Saw. I've been following this guy's career since the start. James Wan and Lee Winnell are two people that I idolised when I was younger, when I was studying film in college and university, because they were guys that were relatively new and making really big horror movies. I really idolised them. I looked up to them. And I'm always looking forward to whatever movie they were doing next until James Wan started doing fucking Aquaman and Fast and Furious. But he's allowed to make money. I'm not going to be too angry at him.
Which Fast and Furious do you make?
The one set in London. I don't know what number it is. Maybe 8.
Oh, six.
But Lee Winnell, at one point, instead of just writing movies for James Wan, he wanted to go off and do his own thing. So he started directing movies, and he did Insidious 3. He did The Invisible Man, and he did Upgrade. 3 bangers, 3 great movies, and they're all top tier. And he's someone I was really looking forward to. With how well he did with Invisible Man, I was super excited for this one. Unfortunately, this one really let me down. There's some really cool stuff in there. I feel like he had a great idea. He didn't quite know how to utilize it. He didn't quite know how to flesh it out. It's supposed to be a body horror type movie, like The Fly. We've compared it to those movies, but it all happened so quickly, and once he starts turning, it just gets messy. The setup's great, the journey to the cabin and the attack are phenomenal. There's loads of money that's gone into this film. It looks beautiful, and I don't hate the design of the wolf. I just I didn't like when he started transforming.
So for me, again, like I said before, with I can't remember which one, Gorge. This film was a swing and a miss. He tried his best to make his own Fly. The reason the Fly works so well is that his transformation is over time. You see the human slowly transforming, and bit by bit he gets worse and worse. The Wolfman, you don't spend much time with the lead character, and then over the space of a few hours, he's transforming and changing and being horrible. And you're like, well, I don't really know you to know the difference, the contrast. And you've got this werewolf and outside trying to get in. And you're like, is it a werewolf action film where you defend yourself against a werewolf, or is it a body horror? They were trying to splice the two. And I personally would have rather just them, a normal family stuck in a farmhouse with a werewolf trying to get in outside. That's it.
Yeah,
that would have been right up my street.
Another thing that bothered me about this movie, Jenks, and I never thought I'd say this, but I did not enjoy, is it Julie Garland?
Julie Garner.
Julie Garner. I did not enjoy her performance in this movie. I wouldn't blame her. I just don't feel like she was directed properly and how to convey her emotions, because a lot of it was her just standing there and staring. And yeah, you could argue that that's a human response. She's in shock because of the stuff that they've gone through. But her whole performance, the whole movie, was just standing there and staring, and it bothered me because she was so good in Ozark. She's got so many skills that it just wasn't utilised. I just feel like it wasn't the right movie for her.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that bothered me big time that she wasn't great in this movie.
Yeah, I think it was to do with the script more so of like
Yeah, of
I
course.
I haven't got time to react because you're transforming while the monster's trying to get through the door, and I've just been torn between defending the door and caring about my husband. It's just a shame, like, because I was so
Yeah.
excited for this. We both love this guy. Invisible Man was excellent.
Yeah.
Upgrade. If anyone hasn't seen it, you need to watch it. It's not a horror. It's like
It's a violent sci-fi.
yeah, like RoboCop, kind of, but a lot grittier and sort of smaller
Yeah.
budget.
But it is ultra violent.
Yes. Gina says, don't forget to send the like button some love, subscribe and share if possible, and consider becoming a Twisted Knight for just 99 cents. Yes. Thank you, Gina.
Thank you so
Legend.
much, Gina.
Yes. Tyler Adams says, what a mess, Wolfman. The rating was bad.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you know, the only thing I hope is that Lee Winnell can bounce back. I love this guy so much. I think he's great. He's written so many classics. I just hope that this hasn't dented his career too much. I hope we haven't got another Eli Roth in our hands.
I got good. I think he had great intentions with this, and something went wrong, and I think he just thought he could juggle both genres of the fly and that, and it just something went wrong.
This is the thing. Like maybe they were making them side by side. I don't know, but obviously Lee Winnell did Invisible Man and Wolfman. But now they've given the Mummy to Lee Cronin, so I don't really know what they're doing with this dark universe. I don't know if they're going to be connected in any sort of way, because I still feel like it's something that they can bring back. But if they're not even connected, I hope they keep remaking these Universal monsters and make them modern and gritty. But yeah, Lee Cronin, who directed Evil Dead Rise, has finished production on the Mummy. Looking forward to it.
And Frankenstein's coming out with Christian Bale, isn't it? I've seen a picture
there's
of him.
two. There's Guillermo del Toro's one,
Maggie Gyllenhaal, isn't it?
and then Maggie Gyllenhaal directed Frankenstein one, where he looks a lot like Jared Leto's Joker in the photo they've released.
Yeah. I'm not particularly excited about any of those. I'm not a big fan of Frankenstein.
I've never been huge on the story of Frankenstein.
Where are you putting this then, Kurt? It's a tough one.
I'm not going to say pile of shit, right? There's some good stuff in there. One up from pile of shit.
Catch it on Betamax, is
yes,
it? I would agree. Same place.
Yeah, it's not the worst film. It's not shit, but
Okay, next up, we won't go off on a tangent with this one because we've discussed it enough.
yeah, I messaged Jenks, right? Before we went live, I said, I'm not talking about 28 years later. I've had enough of the discourse, right? It has caused me so much stress the last few weeks. It's been so chaotic seeing everything online about this movie, whether you loved it or hated it. I'm a bit done with talking about this movie, and I'm done with talking about how I feel about the movie.
I'll kick it off. I'll keep it short. I liked it a lot. It was very flawed, and I was very disappointed. It's not to say I couldn't sit through it again. It's not to say I wouldn't watch the sequel, but that ending has made me cautious about the sequel. But I will definitely stick it in the middle of not bad boyo. There, as quick as I could.
Yes, I am going to put this one on top tier.
Top tier.
Yes, I loved this movie. For all its flaws, I loved it. I'm not going to go into detail. I've
What
spoken
flaws?
to this movie
List
so
them.
much the last week. I'm not going to go into it, but everyone knows who's been watching. I loved this movie.
Is it?
I really
I know why you don't want to talk about it because you got a hangover. You got a headache.
Yeah. Well, I was supposed to go see it again this morning, and I woke up and it was no. I'm not leaving the house today. No chance.
Just as a quick side note, I watched F1 the other day, the new Brad Pitt film. I really enjoyed it. I recommend it to anybody. It was a full screening. I was on a Thursday night. I was so chuffed.
No one cares about non-horror movies, Jenks. Move on.
It was just so nice. Do you know, I don't know whether because I just watch a lot of horror, there's less people watching them, but I haven't been in a full screen for a long time. I can't think of the last time.
The last full screen I was in was Terrifier 3, which was awesome.
Yeah, and you would never expect that, would you?
No. It was ram-packed, Jenks. The most packed I've seen. Other than, do you know what it is, right? Whenever I go and see an old movie in cinema, I went and watched From Dusk Till Dawn and Day of the Dead last year, rammed, sold out.
Yeah.
But that's one show in. It's nice going to see a new horror movie with a packed cinema.
Yeah, it's
And Terrifier 3 of all movies.
oh, listen, when Terrifier 4 comes out, is it next year probably?
Yeah.
It is gonna be huge.
Yeah,
Like
it is.
really huge. Like you can guarantee it. Yeah, so next up, this is one Curtis hasn't seen.
Yeah.
And it's Woman in the Yard. Now this came and went.
I'm just going to scroll on TikTok for 5 minutes, all right?
I'm not going to talk for 5 minutes. Look, I actually like this film. I know a lot of people shit in it, but it's very inoffensive. It's very enjoyable. If you like the Babadook, it's got that vibe of horror, but it's not in your face horror. You don't really know what's going on. Is it horror? Isn't it? It's very, I don't know. You don't know whether it's just the stress of the situation, but the setup is brilliant. You've got this family in the middle of nowhere. The electric has been cut because they can't afford to pay it. They've lost their husband. She's lost her husband, so she's just a single mother. And this woman appears in the yard, and every few minutes, she's getting closer and closer and closer. And it's creepy as fuck. It goes a little bit off the rails towards the end, but look, I highly recommend this film. It's not going to blow you away, but it's a good 90-minute horror if it pops up on Netflix or something. And I'll stick this in not bad, boyo. Yeah.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done. I told you it won't be 5 minutes. Yeah. Just one quick comment because there's not many here. Davies says, I've been debating checking out F1. Look, I don't give two shits about racing cars. I do not care at all, but I really enjoyed it. It was a bit cheesy, the dialogue, but when he's in that car, oh my God, it's fucking exhilarating. Highly recommend it. Right, next up, Kurt, you can kick us off. Companion.
Yeah, we spoke about this on Thursday. Why did we speak about it? Sci-fi.
Sci-fi
right.
horror.
Again, we've gone into detail in this one loads of times. We both really enjoyed this movie. It's in my top 5 of the year so far. Yeah. Like we said Thursday, Jenks, even though a certain plot point was spoiled in the second trailer, didn't bother me too much, and there was still plenty to go in and be surprised about. Everyone turned up in this one. I thought it was a great movie. I put it at the top, Jenks. It's in my top 5 for the year. It has to go on the top.
So I love this film. Yes, okay, it's not quite a horror film, but again, slim pickings this year. I absolutely love this movie. I think Sophie Thatcher is brilliant in it. Like I said on Thursday, she's very beautiful, but she's kind of flawed and vulnerable and very likable. She always plays like kind of flawed characters.
I didn't realize you were a psychiatrist now. Jesus
I just think, yeah, she's great in in Heretic as well. She's just a really good good new actress on the scene. I highly recommend this. I know the twist is spoiled in the second trailer and even in the poster, but if you're lucky enough to not know anything about this movie, go in as blind as you can.
Hey,
and
you are clutching at straws when you keep going back to the poster spoiling it because you ruined it, right? You ruined it for people in life. She could have been a deadite.
Look, you ruined Sixth Sense when we did that 1999 video, all those years ago. Before,
bloody hell, how old was I in 1999?
You were born.
I bloody was, boy. 6.
You were 6. I was 20. Fucking old, and I. Jesus.
That's embarrassing.
I know. Look, this is probably my favorite movie of the year. Horror movie anyway. Better Man's probably my favorite movie, but this is probably my favorite horror-ish movie. And it's going on top tier. Fuck me, that's awesome.
You shouldn't be hanging out with me anymore. You're way too old.
I know it's very jarring when I say I haven't seen this for 30 years when I'm talking to someone who's 31. Your brain doesn't compute. It's just like, what do you mean? But when you're 46, 30 years is like, well, that's nothing. It's just, I haven't seen it for years. I still remember it quite well. Yes. Anyway, so next up, you can kick us off, Kurt. No, I'll kick us off. Final Destination 6. I absolutely love this movie. I've only seen it once. So at this time, it's my favorite movie of the year. It is my favorite Final Destination film. I was lucky enough to see a double bill, part 1 and 6 together when it came out.
Were you lucky?
I was very lucky. And I thought, I
couldn't think of anything worse, mine, doing a double bill.
Really? Have you never done a double bill?
Well, I have, but it's leaving and then coming back maybe like half hour later.
Oh no, there's no leaving. It's
No,
just
I
it
know
comes
that's
on.
what I mean. I know that's it's watching something back to back. Like I'm quite reluctant to watch 3 hour films in cinema now. The chairs are shit, and I always need
Yeah,
the toilet.
but it was. I got to see it a week earlier because of this setup.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
would normally do. I did it one and it two together. But anyway, this film
Bear in
was.
mind, right, Jenks, I have watched 4 films back to back this morning.
I know. I know. I surprised you said that because I
Well,
can watch
it's
two in a row and then I'm get a bit fidgety then after that.
I usually, if I'm not doing anything, I'll watch 8 movies in one day, right, back to back. But it's just being in cinema and not being comfy enough and
Yeah.
needing the toilet all the time, missing stuff. No, it's nothing to do with me not having the attention span
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
sit there. It's just I just don't get. I'm not comfortable in the cinema, you know.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, this film was my favorite film of the year. It'd be hard pushed to beat this for me this year. I don't know what else is coming out. There's a couple coming out. But yeah, the kills in this were it's the best in the series for me. And it seems to be the consensus is most people think agree. It seems to be it's the most profitable one. I think it's got the highest rating on Rotten Tomatoes. And it came at a perfect time. I think people were ready for a new one. The last one came out like 14 years ago. It's been a bit of a lull, and I think it's nice to see a film that doesn't take itself too seriously. The kills in this are some of the greatest ever, especially the ones the setup in the hospital. I won't go into it, but that one is my favorite, probably of the series. Yeah, highly recommend this film, and it's going straight in to fuck me. That's awesome.
Yeah, I would put this one in. Hey, that was bloody cracking. Now, I give it a bit of a hard time when I first watched it, only because of expectations of it blowing all the other Final Destination movies out of the water. This is the one that was going to change the franchise in a new direction, and maybe it did, and it has for most people. So, I agree with it. A lot of people love this movie. I was just expecting a bit more. I wasn't that happy with how the CGI looked, and I know what you say, Jenks, about like the franchise has never had great CGI. Is kind of the charm of
Yeah.
the franchise. But I just wanted more from it. Now it's still a solid movie. It's probably not going to end up in my top 5 of the year, but it's probably the best Final Destination movie. It's very inoffensive and it did exactly what it needed to do. I was just a bit disappointed with this one leaving cinema. So
Have
yeah, one down from top.
Kurt, have you seen the behind the scenes of the lawnmower scene?
Yes, I have. Yeah, it's
Isn't that
fantastic.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah, yeah.
it because it's just like, oh, that's so cool. It's just because you don't know if it's CGI blood because CGI blood's so clever these days. It's just
Yeah.
like it's so refreshing to see something so simple. I didn't want to. I was going to share it on our Facebook page, but I thought, "Do you know what? Some people haven't seen this film, and you may not want to know, that happens in it. Even though I think
Yeah,
it
yeah,
might be in
yeah,
the
yeah.
trailer or it's teased anyway.
Well, I've seen a set video of the trash compactor. Have you
Yeah.
seen that one?
Oh yes, and
So unsettling. The guy getting his face crushed, but it kind of morphs around his face.
yes, yes, the girl it is.
No, no, it's a guy. It's a guy doing it.
Oh, the
I'm
guy.
saying a behind the scenes video of someone testing it
Oh,
out.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And when you first click on the video, you don't know. I didn't know that it was a behind the scenes video because it starts and there's a guy climbing out of a trash compactor, and then the thing closes on his face, but the material that they've got on there
Yeah,
goes round his face perfectly, so it looks like his face is being chopped off.
yeah.
And
It's
I was
very.
like, "Oh my
I've
god, that's genius!"
I've
But
seen it. It looks it's very disheartening. It's like, oh Jesus Christ! It's like so
yeah,
strange to see.
yeah. But then the film is riddled with CGI in that scene, so it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I think, like we said before, I think maybe we just got to accept that some things require a CGI, and we got to treat it like bad practical effects that you just kind of think it's quite charming.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jenks, and I wish I was more that way.
Yeah, it's like Blade, like, and I love Blade, and I kind of just don't mind the shitty effects,
Oh
the
my god,
CGI.
there's some absolutely ropey scenes in Blade Mind, innit?
Yeah,
Oh
there's a
my god, when Stephen Dorff blows up at the end,
yeah. Have you ever seen
it
the
is horrific.
the deleted scene where they raise the blood god and it's just a big CGI blood and it's huge, like like a blood mass, like a whirlwind, like of blood.
Yeah.
But it was just,
No, I haven't seen that.
yeah, it's really bad. It's just pure CGI. It's awful. I'm so glad they ditched it.
They
Anyway,
also, sorry, Jenks, they also deleted a clip of Morbius in Blade 1.
what do you mean more?
Well,
What?
Morbius the vampire.
Oh, do you know what? I was just thinking of Morpheus then, and it was because
No,
it's very similar to all right, really, Morbius.
Yeah. So he was standing on a building across the road and the camera zooms up on him. They were going to set up Morbius for the sequel.
All right. Well, I haven't seen the Jared Leto one, and it's meant to be fucking horrendous.
It is crap, but I watched it about 6 months after. So all the memes had come. Everything about this movie, all the discourse had come and gone. And then I watched it and I went, oh, shut up, it's not that bad. But it is shit. Do you know what I mean? It is shit. But when I finally watched it, I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah. Do you want to read a few comments, Kurt, from here, I'd say? From Bob here.
Yeah, Tyler says Companion was really fun. Bummed by some of the CGI, though. Should have done better. I don't remember any sketchy CGI. But, Tyler, you are the CGI master, pal. So I'll give you a pass on that one.
I don't remember any CGI. I suppose only a robot hand. Oh, spoiler.
Yeah, maybe. Ella, cover your ears. Look at this. We missed this one. Sorry, Ella. Sorry, guys. I didn't enjoy Companion, and not because of Jenks' spoiler. She said it.
Yeah, she did not say it.
She did not. Davies says, "Oh, Sophie Thatcher."
Yes.
What I wouldn't give to be the meat.
Oh, fucking hell.
The meat in the middle of a Sophie Thatcher and Florence Pugh sandwich. No, Davy, let's keep it PG, my friend.
I tell you what, we'll share. You can have Florence Pugh and I'll have Sophie.
Good Lord, Davy, but yes, look what you've started, Davy.
Yeah, it's usually Bunny Girl 69 that's all like crass. Got Davy in.
Can we just check that isn't Bunny Girl 69 and she hasn't just named herself Davy Deathray?
No, she's hooked up with Davy. in the same house.
she has called Davy handsome a few times. Ella says Final Destination 6 is definitely my best movie of the year. Can't wait to see it again. I'm looking forward to watching it again, and hopefully I'm a bit nicer on it next time. I think I was a bit harsh on it.
Why don't we watch it together when I come up in a couple of weeks?
We will, yes, let's do it. I'll happily do it. John says, I'm giggling every time I comment because it looks like Dennis Farina is saying it.
Dennis Farina, he's the guy from Snatch, innit?
Snatch, yeah. He's got a great voice.
Yeah.
Tyler says, saw it twice. I took my kids to see it last night. Oh, look at that for parenting.
Brilliant.
Parenting done right. You take your kids
parent of the year
to see horror movies. Now, I've said many times, Tyler, I'm really getting my 9-year-old daughter into horror at the moment. We most recently watched Poltergeist and she loved it.
Yeah.
Ben says...
Not the remake, obviously.
No, of course not. She did ask to watch the remake, and I said, no, do you know what? I think the remake's a lot scary and a lot more violent.
Oh, you bastard. You just couldn't be bothered to watch it.
Well, of course. I was like, no. I was like, the remake's in 18s. You can't watch that.
Yeah.
Ben says Curtis and his weak bladder. It's terrible.
I know, yeah.
But you know saying that, right, Jenks? Do you know saying that, right? About me putting my daughter off watching Poltergeist remake.
Yeah.
She came over my house last week and she's like, oh, I really want to get into Doctor Who. Now, I've never been a fan of Doctor Who.
Good luck.
And we've started from David Tennant's era. And I may upset some people in the chat here, but it's so poor. It's so poor.
Well, if you think it's poor, then God help you when you get to know.
Oh, my God. I'm struggling. But that's what she wants to watch now. So we've gone from Stranger Things to Doctor Who, which is great.
I think the only good thing they had back then was the Weeping Angels.
Yes, I remember those. John says, Bloodline's my favourite from what I've seen this year.
Yeah.
Tyler, but how the hell was it 1650 for kids?
That's disgusting.
What? 1650?
Is that all?
I know. Yes, I know, Tyler. I'm sure you're out in America, so that would be $1650. I'm paying about, between £10 and £15 a ticket down here.
It's
kids,
£7 down here.
Yeah, you've got Odeon, haven't you?
But it's in the back of someone's van. Yeah.
Slow down, John.
Yeah. Jeff Odeon, his name is. Get in, boys.
Hang on, boys. I'm going on a roundabout. Bloody slow down, John. Ella says, oh, wait there. Yes, Ella, ticket prices are outrageous. I really do agree with you, Tyler. I'm not slagging off Blade. I really do agree with you. It is a phenomenal movie. Mobbing time. Wait there. Tyler says, I don't want to spoil a part in Companion, but there's a battery-powered something that was a little uncanny.
I can't.
Oh, yes, I know. I won't say it because Tyler was nice enough not to spoil it. John says, I watched Manhunter again on Friday, hence the profile photo. In cinema, Jod, or just at home? Tyler says, Tennant is a peak, no joke. Yeah, I know a lot of people love him. That's why I said I don't want to upset anyone. Vivian says, I love Doctor Who, even named one of my dogs after the character. Your daughter has good taste. You're right, Vivian, she does have good taste. I could never get into Doctor Who myself.
Right. Curtis. Oh, next up, I haven't seen this. So it's just you. And it's Fear Street Prom Night, a prom queen.
Yeah. So I jumped on this one. I liked the last 3 Fear Street movies that they done. I had great fun with them. I loved that they were all connected. I loved that they were all set in different time periods. Specifically 1978 with Sadie Sink. It's the Friday the 13th one. Or plays homage to Friday the 13th. It's set in a summer camp. And you've got a similar type of killer. I had great fun with them. So I jumped on this one. I'm a big fan of, this isn't a remake of Prom Night, by the way, but it's set in it's the same vein as the movie Prom Night with Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm a big fan of that movie, so I jumped on this one, and I was severely let down. And my expectations weren't too high. It's a teen horror movie that was chucked on Netflix, and that's its biggest problem, is that it feels like it's geared towards young teens, but it's ultra-violent. Now, I'm not complaining about it being ultra-violent, but there's some moments in this movie I felt like, I shouldn't be watching this one. I am not the demographic for this movie. Obviously, I don't want to offend anyone in the chat that did enjoy it. I just personally felt like it was way too young teeny for me, or just teeny.
Is it woke?
No, it's not actually. I wouldn't say it's woke. There may be some stuff in there. I can't really remember, Jenks, but I did not enjoy this movie one bit.
I don't think you're alone. This film has been trashed. I think it's got 1 star in almost every sort of magazine.
Yeah,
really low.
I just felt uncomfortable watching it. It was there's a ridiculous dance-off scene in there. The bullies are too horrible, although it does kind of get explained at the end. But yeah, massive disappointment on this one. I would put it in. What a pile of shit.
Oh yes, finally, get in there.
I think I give it 2 stars on Letterboxd.
Just want to say hello quickly to Eli's in the house. Eli Cortez, how's it going, dude?
What's happening, Eli?
What's up, Jenks, Curtis, and all the Twisted Nights? How's it going, buddy? Kurt, do you want to do the honors?
Don't forget to slash that like button and sub to this amazing channel, and consider becoming a member of the mighty Twisted Nights for some sweet perks.
Yes.
Now, guys, I am a bit hungover. My voice is gone, so I didn't quite perform that the way I usually do. I apologise for that.
Jordan Moran says prom queen, aka dog shit, I was really looking forward to it. And oh my god, yeah. I haven't seen the other ones, but I'd heard good things about Fear Street, but I haven't heard one good thing about this one. It's meant to be horse shit.
There's some really ropey practical effects in there as well.
Yeah. Right, next up we've got Sinners. Now,
for all my sins.
I didn't love this like everybody else did. I know there's so much love for this, and I'm chuffed this made bank. It's made a fortune. Massive hit.
Jenks, it's in the top 15 highest grossing horror movies of all time.
Yeah, and I don't want to say too much about this because I don't hate it. I just didn't love it as much as everybody else. I thought it was a bit too slow. Like with Dusk Till Dawn, there's a lot of comparisons to Dusk Till Dawn, but the first half of Dusk Till Dawn is very enjoyable, whereas
it is.
The first half of this is just them setting up and buying products for for a party that takes a long time. I didn't like the twin element. I just thought was it someone say in the
Yes.
chat that he's replaced somebody?
Yes. What's his name? Kang from Avengers.
Oh
Jenks.
yes, I forget his name now. Yes,
Jonathan
the guy,
Majors.
Jonathan Majors. Yeah, because unfortunately, whatever the reason it was, unfortunately, the twins, obviously, were both played by Michael B. Jordan, were almost
say the B, Jenks.
I know, almost identical. Oh, we were identical, and
No, they were identical, but they didn't use. There was nothing between them to differentiate.
Yeah, that's
them.
what I mean. They were identical twins because the same actor. But if you watch, like, as much as I don't like Legend, the one the Tom Hardy film, as played by the same guy, they were very different, and you could completely tell them apart. This one, I can't remember any differences at all. They were both kind of badasses. They're both savvy. They're both confident. It wasn't one that was really shy, and the other one was savvy. They were both exactly the same. I really like Jack Connell. What's his name? Jack O'Connell.
Jack O'Connell, man. Come on, Jenks. Come on. Fucking British, man.
Let's not talk about him, yeah? He's tainted me a little bit.
Shut up. You wait until part 2, boy.
Yes, but overall, I did like this film, and I will definitely put it in the middle somewhere, and I will put in, not bad, boyo.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same as you, Jenks. Now, I did enjoy this movie. I give it a 4 stars. There's a lot in there to love. The second half is very good. Jack O'Connell is phenomenal in this movie, and a lot of my love for this movie rides on his performance. Now, I am a huge fan of that actor, and anything he does, I'll get enjoyment out of because he's in there. Now, I'm sure everyone has that actor that they just love. I'm like that with Jack O'Connell. I've been following his career since Skins. For any British person, they'll know what Skins is.
Yeah, I remember.
But yeah, I just thought it was great seeing him in this big movie, where he played such a big character. I got a lot of enjoyment out of the second half. Now, there are some stuff in there that I didn't quite enjoy. The first half is very slow. And like you said, Jenks, there's nothing to differentiate between the two twins. Until one of them turns, while they're side by side, it's hard to realise who's who. But I would put this in, hey, that's bloody cracking, because I quite enjoyed this movie. As it stands, it is in 5th place on my favourite movies of the year.
Yes, and I'm pretty outnumbered. Most people love it, and I am chuffed. Like, I know there's a little bit more riding on it. You got Michael B. Jordan, you got Ryan Coogler, big sort of big stars, and but it's still it's made about 350 million. That's like kind of Marvel money, for kind of
Marvel money now.
Yeah, Marvel money now, but it's a lot of money, it's crazy. Made more than the Marvels.
I was literally just going to say, it's not Avengers money, but it's Marvel money.
Yeah. Yes. Hang on. So Jordan says, Jenks watch them all, and the drop off is massively noticeable.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, definitely. Sam Jones is in the house.
Do you know what? If Sam was in this chat, I knew he was going to pop up when Sinners came up, because, do you know what? He's got quite nasty about this film, I will say. He's got very nasty. It's really offended him.
Yeah, he said something. Hang on, I read his comment. Sam Jones says, been biding my time to comment, waiting until you got the Sinners. Throw it in the sin bin, overhyped. What was his beef he said? And I agreed with it.
Oh, it's the bit else? It's the bit where the generations come through in the music.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
When I did the review, I didn't want to say that because it was kind of a spoiler, and I just seen it, and that bit is painful. I don't know what.
Can I just say, right? Sam's favorite movie is the Van Damme twin movie, Double Impact or Double Team.
Well, no, he's made Double Impact and Double Team, but
no, I know, but which one is the twin one?
Impact. He's played twin about 5 or 6 times.
Sam's favorite movie is that one. So his views on this movie go out the window.
I really like Double Impact.
I do too. I'm only messing. Yeah. Nice one for jumping on, Sam.
Yeah, it's awesome. Right.
You aggro little bastard.
Okay, so next up we've got oh, and here we go, the big guns. Presents. I thoroughly enjoyed this film. It was so different. It was so short and sweet. It was just so nice to watch a film that was like 80 minutes long. I desperately needed a piss, and I could not leave my seat because there was no good time to leave.
Piss off, Jenks.
This blew me away.
That's a lie. That is a lie.
It's not a lie. And I'm a quick pisser. I can run quick. And I always know exactly when to pee in a film. There was no good time to pee. This film was great. Anybody who didn't like this film, there's something wrong with their brain. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You are. That is the most ridiculous statement I've ever heard in my life. I couldn't find the time to go for a piss.
I needed a pee, and no, every film there's always a slight lull. You can slip out quick and come back.
No. This film, the whole film was the lull. I would have walked out for a piss and never returned.
And shit, in fact.
Oh my God, this is a pile of crap. I hated this movie. Now I can't give it too much of a hard time because it did what it intended to do. It was an experimental movie told from the ghost point of view. And I was going to skip it. I wasn't going to watch it. And you messaged me and give it 5 stars. So I thought, I've got to go watch it because you're a fussy bastard. So I thought, if he's giving it 5 stars, there's got to be something good in there. There absolutely wasn't. The first 20 minutes I enjoyed because I was like, oh, this is quite cool. You know, this family have moved in and we're seeing the whole move in from this ghost point of view and you see it going around the house. And then nothing happens for the whole movie. The family are the most unlikable family ever. The mother is a bitch. The dad's a pushover. Their son is an absolute horrible bastard. I got no enjoyment out of this movie. In fact, I wanted to fall out with you when I left cinema. I was genuinely debating quitting the podcast.
No, you thought I did it.
I was convinced, right, that you would pranked me. I hated it so much, right, that I was convinced that you did that just to get me to go and see it, just so I'd be miserable.
I think that I bigged it up too much, and that's why. Yeah, and you were probably in a grumpy mood as well. I think if you watched it now,
right, I won 50 quid on a scratch card that day. I was in a very good mood.
Yeah, you were high on that, and your brain wasn't functioning properly.
I'm telling you now, right, Jenks, this film is the boringest thing I've ever had to sit through, and I'm gutted I watched it in cinema. It is going in. What a pile of shit.
Well, I'm in control of this, so I'm not going to put it in there, okay? People don't realise it's me doing this, yeah? Pile of shit.
I hate this movie.
I'm going to put it in. Hey, that was bloody cracking.
5 stars you give that, though.
Well, okay. Well, I'm not going to...
So, wait there now. Last time we spoke about this, I asked you if you'd be willing to drop a star because I'm not happy with you giving it 5 stars. It's wrong. If you had a letterbox account, right, and you posted your 5-star review in this movie, you'd get picked on.
I wouldn't. I'm not. You would. There's a lot of love
guys,
for this film.
Can someone in the chat please just stick up for me on this one?
There's a lot of love for this film. Yeah.
I need backup. Sam, have you seen this movie? If you haven't, just say it's shit anyway. I need something.
Listen, Sam, I stick up for you just now with the that thing.
He hasn't even replied and you're getting defensive. Listen, Sam.
Yeah, just taking his side.
He hasn't even done anything yet.
Yeah. Do you want to read a few comments before we move on?
Yes, I need to calm down a little bit. Where are we? Gina says they apparently wear different colour hats. I think they do actually. I think one's wearing a fedora and one's wearing a beanie hat.
But the thing is, even when they are wearing different hats, you still don't know which one's which. Like, which one had the hat?
Yeah, I think they've both got the same gold tooth as well.
Yeah, it's really jarring.
Pat says, we're going to need 5 positive comments from you, Sam, to make up for that. Absolutely, Palf, I agree. He's going to have to chuck in something positive, not about presents. Tyler says, the best element is the music. I really enjoyed it, but the moment I realised it was a re-skinning of From Dusk Till Dawn, it took me back a bit. I agree, pal. If it's going to stick that closely in tone to From Dusk Till Dawn, you've got to do better because it's nothing compared to The King from Dusk.
I would say the best thing about Sinners, was Hayley something.
Steinfeld, yeah.
Yeah, she was absolutely brilliant. One of my favourite female vampires ever.
Yeah, she was good. Calm down though, Jenks. She wasn't that good.
She was hot.
She's no Salma Hayek in From Dusk. But
well, obviously. Jesus.
Gina says, I saw From Dusk Till Dawn at the cinema. I love that film. I'm looking forward to Sinners. I have seen From Dusk in cinema last year, as I said, and it was the biggest pleasure I've ever had. And do you know what was great about that, Jenks? Is that there was a big group of boys in there, and I kind of huffed a little bit, like, oh. And they must have been about maybe a group of 6 15-year-olds. And I was like, oh God. And then when I was leaving the cinema, I went to the toilet, and those boys in the toilet, and I could hear a few of them. It's the first time they'd seen it, and I'm sure one of their mates must have liked it and said, oh boys, you got to come watch this movie. Yeah. And they were like, oh my God, I can't believe I've never seen this movie. That was fucking awesome. Yeah. And I was like, yes, discovering From Dusk for the first time and loving it. It was great. It was awesome.
It's great. You know, if you go to a screening of a classic film, for the most part, you've just got fans in there, right? But if you've got a bunch of young people, like you said, bringing their mates in, and they don't happen to like it, oh my God, they fucking talk.
I went to see The Shining in cinema, and all the way through the film, people were just going, Danny, Danny.
I had problems in Terminator 2. People were, I think,
it was a joke, Jenks. I had a problem with Terminator 2.
Honestly, it pissed me off. There was about 10 boys. I thought, they must be all fans. Why would they come to an old screening? No, it turns out the guy in the middle had dragged them along, and they were like, oh, this is old and boring. Like, fucking Terminator 2.
Yeah. Jordan says, nothing puts me off films more than overhyping, and Sinners did suffer a bit from that. Still good. Yeah, you're right, Jordan. I have become victim so many times. And a lot of it's my own hype in mind. I am the worst hype man when it comes to movies that I want to watch. Long Legs was the worst for me. I overhyped that movie so much. Vivian says, Curtis, off topic, but do you have the Meltdown edition of Street Trash? No, Vivian. Street Trash is never off topic for me. I'm always up for talking Street Trash. And I do have the Meltdown edition. I have just about every edition of Street Trash, including the VHS tape. But yes, I've got that edition. Sam says Van Damme wipes the stripes of Michael B. Jordan as a 100%. Double character in a flying roundhouse kick fashion.
Yeah, I would take that. I would also take. I mean, imagine Van Damme in Sinners doing his dance from Kickboxer.
Oh, Jod, you've got to be messing with me, pal. You've got to be the best film of the last 4 centuries. Does he realise that Street Trash would have come out in the last 4 centuries?
Hey, I watched Rocking Graves the other day. He fucking loves
Street Trash.
No, not as if Presents.
Oh, no one cares, Jenks.
Yes,
right? No one cares.
You're talking as if I'm the only one. It's fucking brilliant.
Tyler Adams says, I got hit with too much hype before seeing Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh, all day, pal. All day. I was so disappointed watching that movie.
Yeah, I was.
Ella says, I haven't seen Present. Yes, forgot about it. I'm not surprised.
Watch it.
Don't watch it.
Be the smart person and watch it. Yeah.
Sounds like Presence is the next Chronicle.
Look, I'm done recommending shit to you, Davey, right? You burnt me, okay?
You burnt me.
You burnt me hard.
My wall's up, Davey. My wall's up.
I don't think you realise how much I love Chronicle. Like, genuinely.
I think he does, and I think he was being spiteful.
Yeah, and
Sam says, hopefully when Bring Her Back comes out, I'll bring back the positive comments. I need some more negativity from you first, Sam.
Yeah.
On Presents. I haven't seen this one, Curtis. Presents or Seeking God's Will. Welcome. I don't think you've been in before, but if this isn't your first time, it is your first time. Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you coming in. Presents about the Asian people in the house. It was horrible. Well, there was one. There was yeah. That's it. It is. Yes, it is horrible. Get in. There we are. Final word said, Jenks.
Yes.
Done.
Okay.
No,
next up.
Wait. Sam says, haven't seen Presents yet. Sorry, guys, but I can't stand Michael B. Jordan's Presents in Sinners.
That's a great segue, that is.
Reel it in, Sam. Reel it in. That was good though. I'll give you that. John says Street Trash is the second best film of the last 4 centuries.
I agree. For the last 4 centuries.
Eli says, do you think Street Trash is a masterpiece now, Jenks, after watching Feeders?
Right. I haven't finished Feeders yet. Okay. I'm still halfway through it. Right. It's a lot of homework, that is, for me. And I have been away this weekend, but I will obviously watch it by tomorrow. We'll be doing a live show tomorrow, reviewing it. It's going to be painful. More pain for me, obviously, because I cannot stand these sort of freaking shitty films. But I will do it for the channel and for Vivian, and yes, but so far it's not.
If anything, do it for Vivian. Jenks, it's an hour and 10 minutes.
I know. That's what I mean. That's why I still
stop being a baby.
Still
watch
halfway through. Right, let's move on. Okay, so you haven't seen this one, Kurt, so I'll kick this off. Actually, this is the last one.
This is the last one.
Yeah, I got some doubles here by accident. Right, last one. Is Until Dawn. Now, I'm not precious about this film because it's I'm not precious. It's a video game. I've never played the game. I don't give a shit about games. I like the premise of this. It reminded me a little bit like Cabin in the Woods, and I suppose Cabin in the Woods crossed with Groundhog Day. Look, it was perfectly fine. I know a lot of people shit in it. I think people are primed to hate video game adaptations instantly. But this was fine. I thought it was an easy watch. I would still only put it in, catch it on Betamax. It wasn't shit. But it was just like maybe catch it on streaming if you're bored. But it was, pretty inoffensive. Yeah, that's the list.
I'm still looking forward to seeing it. I wasn't excited enough to go and see it in cinema. There was a lot out when Until Dawn popped in cinema, and there was too much. So this one fell short of a cinema visit. But I'm looking forward to watching it. I've seen some nice stuff, a lot of bad stuff, but like always, I'll make up my own mind. But
yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
Let's look at our top tier then. What we got? We've got Dangerous Animals, 28 years later, Companion, and Final Destination.
So we only agreed on one movie, Jenks, and it was Companion.
Yes. Well, that's the best film of the year so far then, 100%.
No, it's not.
Well, it's got to be, innit? Both
no,
agreed.
It doesn't. Just because we agree on it doesn't mean it's the best movie of the year. Right?
Oh, that's better. I fucking hate being that small. It's horrible, isn't it?
I know. Well, I kind of look forward to not seeing your face.
Yeah.
As big, like.
He's nasty, man, I gotta say. Just because he's over there.
Hey, you'll be coming up. Mine on the 12th now.
Yeah,
You'll find now. We'll do a live close to the 12th, and I'll be very nice to you.
Do you know when Davies was on? I can't remember if he was talking us off camera or not, but he said no, he was off camera, and he was saying that he did a very early morning live show. Just to completely different people in his audience, and I just thought, should we one day put our alarm for like 4 a.m. and just do a random just to see what kind of people we get?
I would actually. I
like once a month, like.
Yeah. Just to get some more people in, like. But it's crazy because we have a fair few Americans that come on this chat, and they make it. So fair play, and we appreciate it, guys. We know the time difference is massive.
Yeah.
But I think in the UK, maybe even harder because it's like sometimes 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Well,
whereas we were speaking to, I think it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon for Davey on Thursday.
Yeah, and he was all like perky and everything. We were tired, and that's why we tend to have these shows like 7 or 8 o'clock in the night, just to try and catch UK and America.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why we're knackered then, like.
Yeah. Like I've done an 8-hour shift in work. I've come home. I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's hard work sometimes.
And we can't do like an afternoon slot because we'll completely miss out on the American audience, which is pretty much most of our thing.
We'll always cater to the Americans. You've been very good to us. Yes. So always good to cater to both. But I enjoyed that, Jenks. Do you know? I've been saying the last few weeks that 2025 has been weak so far, but when you rank them and put them into perspective, it hasn't been that bad. I've just been disappointed leaving cinema a few times because of expectations. Yeah. One thing we didn't put on the list, Jenks, is Nosferatu. It came out in January for us.
No, New Year's Eve, innit?
No, I thought that was in America. It came out New Year's Eve. January for us.
Could be, yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah.
I did see it pop up,
way,
but I thought we watched it late. I could be wrong.
either way, that reminded me because I was a little bit disappointed with Nosferatu.
Yeah, that was another disappointment.
But because I've left the cinema a few times disappointed this year, when you look back on it, you're like, God, it's been quite a weak year. But then looking back on them now, like ranking them, I'm like, you know, it hasn't been that bad. I think
No.
2024 was worse at
No.
this point in time.
I don't know. I can't remember, but overall, last year was a belter, and we were I suppose halfway through the year we started doing live shows, and then, or maybe even later than that. So it seems like we were doing a lot of reviews, but maybe if we started earlier, yeah. Because we had Baghead, we had Taro last year. You're right. There was some shit ones.
Night Swim.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Oh, Imaginary. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What a pile of shit.
Oh yes, we watched that.
Jesus Christ.
I hold Baghead with a special part of my heart because it was our first ever review, and I took my daughters the first time we watched a horror film in the cinema together. It's not the worst film ever. Imaginary was shit. She was meant to come with me for that. I actually bought a ticket for her, but she was out with her friends, and she goes, "Oh, Dad, do I have to go?" I'm with my friends. Are like, "Oh, it's fine. You just crack on. I'll go on my own." And I said, "Oh, you escaped, a piece of shit." Yeah.
Oh, that film was atrocious.
Yeah. Do you read a couple of comments? Good.
Yeah.
I think you're on Until Dawn.
I've got it. I got it. Ella says, I gave Until Dawn a full 20 minutes before I couldn't bear it and turned it off. Fair play. Well, I haven't seen it yet, but that isn't a good sign. I don't think you're going to mind it Companion. Ella says, and I don't know anything about the game. Yeah, I think it's its own thing, really, innit? Yeah. I think the majority of people who hated it, like really hated it, loved the game. Yeah. Tyler says, Until Dawn was not as good as I wanted from David F. Sandberg. I didn't play the game. Do you know what? I was really looking forward to this one for David F. Sandberg because he started his career in horror. Now, I didn't think that much of Lights Out. It kind of came and went for me. I really enjoyed Annabelle Creation. And then he went off to do Shazam. And he's kind of said in interviews, I'm done with these big movies. I'm not doing another one. I'm going to go back to horror.
Yeah. And
this was his return to horror. And unfortunately, it sank. And it's a shame because I think he's a talented director. And he's just finding his feet with horror. And this one was unfortunately a bit of a dud.
Yeah.
Ben says, I enjoyed Until Dawn. Ben enjoys everything.
Tell him what's presents.
There's a Paranormal Activity ripoff where the house is haunted by John Wayne Gacy.
Right.
Ben enjoyed that.
Just to tell everyone, Ben is your brother.
Yeah, you don't need to tell everyone. It's fine.
Well, it seemed to know a lot of details about some random comment.
Well, it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter. Tyler says it was a good time.
Yeah, it's pretty inoffensive.
Davey, if you guys went live at 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern, you'd get some new people, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We'll try it. Just try it in it, Jenks. Why not?
What time's Eastern over here?
Well, that's us now. Like if we go live.
No, we go live at 7.
Yeah,
no,
I don't know. We'll have to work it out, but we should definitely try it at some point. Ben says, is your headphone wonky because you're piecing Curtis? Yes, you must have missed the opening, Ben. I haven't got it over my ear because it is quite sore at the moment. Possibly infected.
Did you know that carrot thing? Did you just come up with that, or is it a thing?
No, well, my girlfriend did. I wouldn't have thought of it, but
yeah, but she's pretty savvy. Did she probably think, oh, a carrot will work, or is she aware that like that's a thing people do?
No, I think it's usually something else, but carrot did the job just fine.
Oh yeah.
The only thing horrible about it was like the feeling of the needle going through my ear, but then the noise of it going into the carrot made it worse. It was like an extra piercing, so it was like a crunch.
And you hate carrots as well.
Davey says, you're tired, you're grumpy, and then I'm there being a dick about Chronicle.
Yeah, yes, exactly. I'm glad you said it, okay? I didn't want to say it.
Do you know what, Davey? If I'm ever tired and grumpy, I'll cheer right up when I'm on live with you, pal.
I can't believe you both kind of shit on Cloverfield as well. It's like, that's a fucking brilliant film.
You know I don't care for Cloverfield. I've never liked that movie. It's a shame. Eli says, every time I see the Evil Dead poster behind Jenks, I always think it's a Spider-Man poster.
Well, when they had that Marvel one.
Yeah.
That was a placeholder. Yeah, that's
It
what
was
was
ridiculous.
coming.
I couldn't wait for to get rid of it.
I know. It was 20 quid in B&Q.
John says New Year's Day in the UK. There we are.
Can I just say, I don't know if I said it already, that Evil Dead poster, I bought it, and I just bought the actual canvas in a roll by mistake. It didn't come with a board. So that's over the Spider-Man one. My mother did it for me. She had to stretch it over.
Tyler says, Jenks, I hold Chronicle in high regard. Stay strong.
I'm not worried about Davies' opinion. I know he's outnumbered. That film is awesome.
Eli says, Chronicle was freaking terrible, Davey. No need to apologise.
Eli, Jesus.
Davey says, no Bring Her Back, or did I miss that one in the ranking? Unfortunately, Davey, we don't have Bring Her Back yet. It's not released until August, which is a pile of shit. I hate
It's mental, man, isn't it?
That film's discourse has come and gone. It's made its money. Everyone in America and the rest of the world has seen it. Yeah. We are still waiting for it. It's ridiculous. Yeah. No wonder the movie's only made 21 million, because they have messed up the release of that movie.
It's terrible. I can't believe it's not even in July. It's out. It's terrible.
No, I know. I'd love to know what happened for them to release it or It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Gina says 12 a.m. and I won't be on, sorry. That's fair enough, Gina, of course. We obviously can't expect you guys to make everyone.
We should do it every month,
says,
good. Yeah?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, there we are. It's not Wendy says, my brother pierced my ears with potato behind my ears. There we are. You can use whatever vegetable you want.
Yeah, it must be a thing.
Anything to stop it going into the back of your head, basically. Parv is usually potato, but didn't have any. Well, John, don't think Bring Her Back is out there yet. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not, guys. It's I'd say Bring Her Back and Weapons are my two most anticipated movies of the year. And Havoc as well. It's not a horror movie, but Havoc was my most anticipated.
When we said
they're both out in August.
When we said this the other day, what we're looking forward to, and you said Weapons, and I was like, okay, yeah, fair enough. I forgot about the long walk. I absolutely can't wait for that film.
I'm looking forward to it. It's not one that's like right up there.
That to me is right up my street. Once I read the premise, I couldn't believe Stephen King wrote it in 1979. It's been sitting there all that time. All the shit films he's made, and yet he's got this gem of an idea. The trailer looks awesome. I don't know who's directing it. Mark Hamill looks like he's in his element as this like a soldier, general, whatever. It looks brutal. I hope it's good, because I'm really gravitating to films like that now, more so than like haunted houses and things.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jenks. It does look great. I am looking forward to it. It's just because I know what the film's going to be. It's showing exactly what it is in the trailer. It's not a movie that would have that type of anticipation from me, right? Like Weapons now and Bring Her Back. There's so much mystery around them. They're the movies that get me really excited. Now, The Long Walk, I will run to cinema and watch that movie. Anything Stephen King released.
No pun intended.
Yes, no pun intended. The Long Walk to the Long Walk. But no, I am looking forward to it. It just hasn't gripped me with anticipation, you know.
Yeah, I honestly, that's up my street, and I hope it's brilliant. There's certain film, like I love most horror films, but if I see a generic haunted house film, or like I was looking forward to,
I'm getting a bit bored of them, Jenks.
Yeah, when I saw,
done it for me.
when I saw the trailer for Long Walk, or even, to be honest, my favorite trailer of the year is probably 28 Years Later. That's the one I was like, oh my god, this looks fucking brilliant. But yeah, for me, it's The Long Walk. And when I just read the synopsis of Dangerous Animals, I was like, yeah, this is right up my street. I think as you get older,
you're thinking more grounded thriller type horror movies.
Yeah. Like I couldn't sit through something like Pirates of the Caribbean. I just couldn't. Even as a kid, I didn't like The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. Boring, too much going on.
Do you know, for me, Jenks, The Conjuring ruined haunted house movies because they set the bar too high.
Yeah.
I've said this a few times on the podcast. The Conjuring ruined haunted house movies because it's that good. Some people may not agree with me, but I think The Conjuring 1 and 2 are some of the greatest horror movies made. I remember going to see them in cinema, and I absolutely shit myself. And every movie afterwards just hasn't lived up to them. I'm always chasing The Conjuring high. Do you know what I mean,
Yeah.
Jenks? You're chasing that next high.
I wish James Wan would go back to it. What the fuck is he palming it off to these
That
fucking
Michael
numbskull?
Chavez, right? That
Yeah, he's
Michael
shit.
Chavez who keeps directing them. He's done 4 now, I believe. And every single one of them have been awful. I don't know why they keep going back to him. I don't want to offend the guy if he's watching this, but please just go and do something else. Stay away from Conjuring.
Yeah. I think
well, it's
some
too
people,
late.
I
He's
think
directing the last Conjuring movie, like.
I think some people just don't get horror. I think they think it's something else. They think it's just jump scares, and it's not sort of drama. It's not character building. Like, you can have jump scares. I could jump out of a cardboard box and give you a fright. Then you go, oh, fucking hell, I shit my pants. But that's a cheap shot. If you care about the characters, you don't need any of these cheap shots. You know, when you're watching The Conjuring, those 2 little girls, you care about those characters, and there's something in the corner. It fucking matters, and it really hits home.
It does.
I could have a whole film with just things in the corner, and you're quite not sure. Can you see something? A bit like Hereditary. That to me is the best. One of the best things you'd ever see. Something off, just slightly off. Love it.
Yeah, 100%. We've got a few more comments here. Oh, look at this. Who says, Jenks, you're tired at 8 p.m. You never get up before a.m.
No, we started at 8. We didn't finish till 10 almost.
Yeah. Ella says, mine too, Curtis. And yes, the long walk. Looking forward to all these. Yeah,
looks great.
Eli says, looking forward to him. Yeah, it looks decent. Looks like a good psychological.
What's that?
Although, like I said earlier, I'm a little bit done with Jordan Peele. Although he didn't direct it, he's just producing it.
What is this?
It's a new American football psychological horror movie coming out, Jenks. Check out the trailer. It looks decent.
Okay. And he says John Peele just produced it.
Produced it, yes, under Monkey Paw.
Right.
Seeking God's Will says, very much enjoyed it. Ash and Ugly Stepsister. I didn't see them on your list. I haven't seen these ones, pal. Ash, I put on a few weeks back. I wasn't feeling sci-fi.
I tried watching that. That's the one with Jesse. Aaron Paul.
Yeah. So
I fell asleep.
I wasn't feeling it at the time. I honestly, right, I watched 5 minutes of it and I just went, I'm not feeling this type of sci-fi at the moment.
Yeah.
And Ugly Stepsister, haven't got around to that one yet, pal, but I've heard great things.
I've heard great things about Ugly Stepsister.
Yeah,
like, it should be shit. I thought it was going to be one of those, like, Scream Boat or something, but it's meant to be great.
Yeah. Look at this, Jenks. Chronicle was strong.
Oh, look, I don't need... Look, Chronicle is so awesome. Now, I need some help with the presents.
Davies says a jump scare should be earned. It's cool to have one or two, but it can't be a crutch. 100% Davey, and too many movies are falling in that trap now. They just jump scare after jump scare after jump scare. And that's what I was saying last week. I loved that Danny, Michael Phillip, who called out that woman for saying, oh my God, there's so many jump scares and bring her back. And he was like, no, there's no jump scares. It's not that. It's not that type of movie. And yes, more people seem to be coming round to that now. Really unnerving, creeping scares. Much better. I'm not going to slag off jump scares too much. I quite enjoy the odd jump scare. It's good to feel that jolt of terror.
They've got to be kind of earned. Like if you watch Haunting of Hill House, when Nell jumps in between them in the car, yes, it's a jump scare, but it's earned. You've had enough sort of slow building stuff, and you can throw it in, and it's one of the best ones.
Yeah. Marlon Wayans is in him. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Ella says Ugly Stepsister was good, worth a watch on streaming. Yes, it's on Shudder. I may watch that tonight then, guys. Tyler says I hope the next scary movie is hilarious. There's great material to parody and riff off. So I've heard that Terrifier is going to be in it, Art, but I don't know how I feel about that because Art is already funny. He's already like a self-parody of some sort.
Yeah, but I suppose Scream was a kind of a parody in
itself.
itself.
Of course.
Yeah. I think, what time is it? I think we're going to wrap it up now. I need to shoot off soon.
Right, let me just read this off Jordan. If the script of a horror film isn't scary on the page, then it won't work on the screen. Yeah. That's when you get jump scares to cover up a poor story. 100%, Jordan. I've heard so many stories, right, of studio pumping more money into a film and adding jump scares. They go, no, we need more jump scares and we need more gore. This is the film complete. They've watched it and they've gone, this doesn't work for me. Yeah. And they've pumped more money into it to add those things. So yeah, you need to write that script. That script needs to be terrifying. Reading something can be scary. And 100% agree with you on that one, Jordan.
Yeah. Hey guys, just thanks for jumping on. There was a lot more films than we thought. I thought maybe we do talk about 5 each, but it was like when I was looking at the list, like, oh, we got about 14 here. And we thought, yeah, just do a ranking. But yeah, for me, my favorite film of the year so far is Final Destination, followed by Companion. Most looking forward to is probably The Long Walk for me. Yeah.
This feels like a round table thing. Hi, my name's Curtis. I'm from
Yes.
Llanelli.
And I'm a drug addict.
Yeah. No, my favourite movie of the year so far is Dangerous Animals 28 Years Later.
Yeah, it's
And the movie I'm most looking forward to is Weapons.
Yeah. Right,
that felt
guys,
cringe.
we'll be back tomorrow night for 7 o'clock.
Yes.
An extra show. We are going to be reviewing Feeders. We asked the audience to pick a shit film. We put it in what's it called? What do you call it?
A randomizer, yeah.
Randomizer, and Feeders came up. I don't think you're going to pick the worst film because I've seen half it now. I'll finish it later. It costs $500 to make. Yeah, you can pretty much guess how bad it is.
As soon as I finished it, right, I thought, yes, Vivian, this is exactly what I wanted. That is the exact movie I was going for when I said I want Velocipasta level of bad. And it was perfect. I genuinely can't wait to talk about it tomorrow. It's an interesting one.
Yeah, and then are we not back on Wednesday? Are you saying you're busy?
No, I've got a gig Wednesday, so we can't do Wednesday. So
Okay.
it'll be Monday, and then it'll probably be our Sunday show, unless we do a member stream, Jenks, which I'm up for.
Who are you seeing then on Wednesday?
Alanis Morissette. I bought tickets for my girlfriend for her birthday.
Right, you had to clarify that, then, didn't you?
I did.
See the pain.
But it's in Cardiff Castle, and I will go to any gig in Cardiff Castle. Guys, if you're not from around here, if you're not from Britain, you won't have heard of Cardiff Castle. But it is a castle, right, in Wales that they play gigs in. You're watching a gig in a castle. It is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best venue I've ever been to.
I'm going to see Oasis on Saturday. Can't wait.
Yes.
Can't fucking
They've
wait.
set up an Oasis shop in Cardiff city centre where you can buy the gear.
Yeah, it's massive. This is going to be the biggest show for the last 20 years or something. It's going to create. I got to say, I'm excited for going, but the Oasis crowd is a bit football hooligan-y, and it's not a nice vibe. So if I were living in Cardiff, I'd probably avoid Cardiff because it's going to be carnage. But yeah. Anyway,
bring it on, Vivian. I say. Find a worse film than Feeders.
Right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one, and we'll see you tomorrow. Some of you, I know some of you won't be interested in Feeders, but we'll definitely see you on the Sunday if you don't catch that. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. Oh my God, it hurt to talk about presents again. Whew.